Hi, my name is Dicker Kimbro, and this is my story.
911, what's your emergency?
A man's been shot. We need help. Please send an ambulance.
Growing up and all during high school, my relationship with God was not very strong. I went to church, but I really didn't want to go. And once I hit college, I didn't go at all. And my relationship with Him went further and further away. But once I graduated college, I got my degree in physical education. And my dream was to be a teacher and a coach. And soon after, I moved up to Birmingham, Alabama, and hopefully, to get a job at one of those, big schools to be a teacher and a coach. Well, that didn't quite happen the way I was planned. I got a job with Birmingham Budweiser, just to, provide. And on December 7th, 2011, one of our, regular stops at Miss Wallace's Lounge, my partner walked in, and soon after I walked in, behind him, and then in an instance, a man was pointing a gun straight at me, and he told me to empty my pockets and get on the ground. And as I did so, and as I was laying there, I was so scared. I didn't know, what was going to happen to me or the people in this bar. And soon after I got on the ground, the robber took the owner, which was Miss Wallace, took her back towards the bar, to get some money. And as him and her were, in an attempt to get the money, the robber and the man got into a big argument. And then shots were fired. And I was hit in the shoulder, and blood just come out my mouth. And I was, so scared. And I thought, this is what happens, soon before you die. And as I was laying there bleeding, I had two pains, one in my shoulder and one in my abdomen. And my partner Joe saw me on the ground, bleeding, and he jumped on top of me. And as he was trying to call 911 to get me help, he was shot while he was on top of me. And as he was shot, he got off the top of me, and I knew right then, I'm about to die right here in this bar. I wasn't going to see my family, my friends, my girlfriend Tiffany, ever again. But in that instance, I knew I had to call upon God to save my life. And I did. I looked up at Him. I said, please God, get me out of this. Please, Lord, help me. And a few minutes after, He did. I heard police sirens outside the bar. And then I heard about 3 or 4 Birmingham police officers, busted in. The robber gave up right on the spot, and they took him in custody. They got me outside where I had an ambulance, coming for me. The ambulance got me and took me to UAB hospital, and come to find out the bullet had hit me in the shoulder and ricocheted downward, going through all 3 lobes of my right lung, my liver, and wound up in my small intestines. I spent 3 weeks in the hospital. The recovery time was very brutal. I called to God to help me get through it. Then, after I recovered, I got engaged. And then soon after, I got married to my loving wife, Tiffany, who I love so much. And then, soon after, I got a job, teaching and coaching, back home here in Greenville. And with all that he has done in my life, I knew right then it was my time to make a choice and give, all that I am to Christ. And then attending Southside Baptist Church, I made that decision and I was baptized. Now, I've told you my story today, how God has impacted my life. And what you do with it is your choice. He has done a lot for me. And I thank Him every day for what He has done. I just want to say thank you and God bless.